Hello everybody, I hope you are doing very well. We are going to continue our discussion on the monetary school of macroeconomics. And in this video, we are going to talk about the quantitative theory of money. So we already started this topic in previous videos, but now we're going to give more information and we're going to have more discussion about it. So let's start with the equation for this for the quantitative equations, the quantity equation. So you remember that it was the velocity of money times money is going to be equal to the nominal value of transactions, which is the price level times the real value of transactions. So let's remember that for Keynes, there was an important analysis here. So Keynes thought that when the velocity of money was low, meaning that people didn't spend their money for fear or for any other reason, they don't spend the money, the velocity of money is low. When there is an increase in the amount of money, M, that doesn't lead to an increase in PT, in the nominal value of transactions. So that means that LM is horizontal, and that is related to the concept of the liquidity trap. Also, let's remember that when the money supply increases, according to Keynes as well, uh, if investment doesn't respond to the reduction in the interest rate, then we are not going to see an increase in PT either, and this means that the IS is vertical. So in those cases, in the cases in which we have liquidity trap, and in the case in which we have vertical IS, in those cases, fiscal policy is going to be most effective. Monetary policy is not going to be that effective. But now let's go to study a little bit of what Friedman said. So Milton Friedman, the main representative of the monetarist school, he is going to make a very important contribution and some criticisms of the orthodox Keynesians. So for Friedman, the demand for money was a function of income, the interest rate, expected inflation, and preferences. So the higher income, the lower the interest rate, the lower expected inflation, the higher is going to be the demand for money. So that is important because as a result of this analysis, LM was not as horizontal as Keynes thought. So the negative relationship between the interest rate and the demand for money is limited. This means that expected inflation is going to be a very important element here. So individuals want to maintain the same return on financial assets, bonds, and material assets and money. When M increases, returns on money decreases and people start buying financial and material assets, and as a consequence we have inflation. But going back to the first bullet in this slide and the second bullet in this slide, if we include expectations, that means that LM is going to be more vertical. And if it is going to be more vertical, then monetary policy is going to be more important. And in fact, in this slide, we have the contribution that Milton Friedman made in order to understand the Great Depression and recessions in general. So he thought that the stock of money, the money supply, was very important to understand these periods in history. So here we have different variables in this graph. This is for the United States. So we have the GDP, and we have the level of prices. We have M2, so the stock of money, and then we have the number of banks. So here we see that there was a reduction from 1929 to 1933. There was a reduction of around 1/3 in the money in the economy, in the stock of money in the economy. So Friedman will argue that periods of recessions were preceded by reductions in the stock of money, and periods in which the economy was growing were preceded by increases in the stock of money. So money was linked to the performance of the economy, and it was more important than the lack of effective demand, which was the Keynesian explanation. For Friedman, money is going to be the main focus of the explanation. So Friedman is going to make some important points against the orthodox Keynesians. The first one is going to be that LM tended to be vertical, and this is because he included expectations. The Keynesians didn't put much emphasis on expectations. And the other main point is that the major cause of recessions was a reduction in the money supply or the stock of money. Okay, so we stop here, we finish this video, and we are going to continue our discussion in the next video. Thank you.